Why bass? Why did I choose bass? Listen up. Okay, why did I choose to play bass? It's an actually interesting story. So, the bass player at the church that I was attending at the time left, so we were left with no bass player. And I was doing praise and worship, singing in the choir, but I was interested in learning how to play an instrument, and I wanted to play piano at first. I was taking lessons and everything, but I was failing at it miserably. Okay, I couldn't hear the chords, I didn't understand it. It was just not mixing. So I mentioned this to the drummer and the organist at the church at the time, and they were like, yo, you're a girl, you should play bass. And I was like, what? Like, why? Like, I don't know. So they were like, listen, we're telling you, you should do it. And the first thing they told me to do, they were like, yo, just start listening to the radio, start listening to music to see if you hear the bass line. And lo and behold, I could. And because I was singing, I was starting to sing the bass lines along, and I would start to come to the rehearsals. And the organist at the time took it a step further and actually invested in me. He bought me my first bass. Okay, he taught me the chromatic scale, and then just said go. Okay, and on top of that, he also formed a band and put me in it. Me, our church band, it was me, the organist, and the drummer. And I'm like, I can't play nothing but three notes, but they just had the faith in me that it was going to happen. So I just started showing up, started practicing, started listening to music. And how I first started learning music was just singing it, because that's what I knew how to do. So I would sing the bass lines to myself and just try and figure it out, plucking it out on the bass. Long, hard, arduous process. Okay. And when the organist and the drummer, we would get together, they would show me some things, but it was mainly on me to figure out how to navigate this. So I actually started taking lessons. I learned how to read a little bit. And then one day before I left for school, the pastor of the church actually prayed for my hands. And she prayed that I would write songs and that I would be able to play and progress. And as time went on, that is exactly what God did. God started to show up and improve me. And I had no aspirations to play outside of my church. I just wanted to fulfill a need that was burning down inside of me and that my church needed at the time. And God just expanded my territory just because I was faithful. And obviously, it was in the plans for me to do it because I was able to progress and to keep going and to keep going. And year by year, day by day, I continue to grow and God continues to expand my territory. So that's why I play bass. That's why I continue to play bass. And that's my story.